Hello and welcome to Erik's Comic School, and today we will take a look at a comic that I don't know how to call. Probably Erik Rudi Opovic Zimova by Soren MOSDAL. So I'm going through my collection, comic book collection, and this thick hardcover comic book coloss I brought home from Comic Salon Erlangen in 2018, I guess. And as you can see, this has a particular specific style. I will show you what I liked about it and how I came to get this book. It is pretty big. It is bigger than A4. This is a huge volume here. This is the Headlooper American US comic format, and then probably A4 is a bit bigger, and this is even bigger. And it's cool to have such a big format. And I have the Headlooper right next to me because I will call this maybe the Headlopper style, the Mike Mignola style. I have a second Headlopper here, and is this the cover? Where's the cover? This is a bad cover. This is not a good cover. This is a good cover. This is a bad cover. This is also a great cover. And as you can see here, I have the Barbarian Lord. So check out the Barbarian Lord up here and the Headlooper review also up here. This is a great one. And I make this video to show you there are different styles. A video ago, we saw, for example, not Dale Keown, Frank Joe and Shanna and the Nazis, and this kind, I don't know what I call this, but this is somehow maybe I call it the indie style. As you can see here, Headlooper kinda similar, but check out the review for Headlooper. So you don't have to draw photorealistically to make probably a great comic or a great story, and that is what I want to illustrate here in this one. Also, I'm selling this off on eBay or Etsy because I don't speak Polish, even though this is a Danish author. And let me show you, like, beautiful, all the skulls. And then he drew a bit here, and it was a very sympathetic guy. How do you say? Soren MOSDAL. I saw him. I liked the cover, and he said, "It's the last one. It's in Polish. Do you want to buy it? I give you a discount for 10 euros." And I took it, which is a huge mistake, because not because it's terrible, but because this is a very heavy book, and everybody who goes to Comic Cons knows that after a while. You just buy too much stuff, you spend too much money, and you bring home too much wood. So I'm spring cleaning a bit and getting rid of everything I don't need. I would love to keep it, but again, I can't speak Polish, and I think this one is for somebody to be enjoyed to the fullest. As you can see here, the Danish Art Foundation, Erik Rudi, and then I can't speak it, but yeah, 2014, 2016. And let me show you a bit of what we're checking out. So I don't know what it is, but it seems to me this is a story, something like Valhalla Rising, or something like maybe Game of Thrones. And I love the format, and I love how it's sized. And it's beautiful. Like before we start, this is an ancient tale, so we get the texts, and although I can't read it, it just looks beautiful. Maybe something in the Middle Ages, and where we are and what's happening. And it's a beautiful introduction to a story. It's like, it works. I mean, if I would do a comic and I would do a tale, probably with Vikings or somewhere in the Middle Ages, like, this would be a great start. Like, like a fairy tale, and then it begins, and it begins. Yeah, it has its own particular style, as you can see, and this guy can definitely draw, but it is also very, very reduced, and he's somehow mostly using something like a 9-panel grid. Although here in this introduction shot, he takes it and he just gives us like a cinematic feel, like this is where we start. And then it starts with a murder. I don't know who murdered who. And I think that person gets cooked. And it's already a great start. And I'm a huge fan of those grim faces. I love the old grimdark Warhammer fantasy style. I'm a huge fan of that. I will do an episode just on Warhammer 40k and fantasy art, but not the new art. I mean the real art, like the older one. And then in this comic, I want to show you also like beautiful. Some creatures or persons come into the frame, and as you can see here, in the foreground, in the background, we see snow. Very much a black and white or ink work, and then some basic color, and I love it. Like this is like I want to call it like Frank Miller, the Yellow Bastard, but it's not that. Like it's not unique to Frank Miller, but as you can see, the color palette is like a movie palette, and it is beautiful that way, because when I was again the previous episode, Shanna the She-Devil, everything had like skin color was skin color, the background was background, and it wasn't using lighting and atmosphere. And go watch any great movie, any great comic, it has a color palette. And what that means is that a specific scene gets a specific mood and a couple of colors which will complement the mood. And then let's zoom out. And then probably we zoom into the moon, and from there we go. And the scene changes. Pretty ballsy, just like one page. This guy has time to tell a story. He's not under pressure. This is not the typical Marvel style. Let me see, where you gotta cram your story into 24 pages, which in and of itself can also be a great art, or is a great art. But this guy tells the story the way he wants. I don't say that I don't like everything I see. For me, this scene right here, maybe I would have done more. Some of the drawings, for my taste, are a bit too simplistic, but and this is what I wanted to show, is that in this comic, like you get a sense of who is who, every character. Like from the drawing itself, you already kind of get what character this could be. Like I don't know what the story is telling me, but this guy looks kind of crooked. This guy looks like maybe a cleric, a clergyman. And then look at this beautiful scene, just people watching in this direction. And this is not anatomically correct, but very, very stylized. But the heads are just beautiful, and just the scenery, and it kind of feels real. And this too. So I don't know how you can draw, like, for example, and I'm not shitting on Frank Joe, I'm just saying that sometimes you can draw very realistically, and sometimes you can really stylize. Like, look at the mountain. Like, it's kind of amazing. And just how many colors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. And there is definitely beauty in simplicity. And sometimes that's what we need in this busy world. So the story is told in big pictures. I would love to zoom in better. My nose will do the zooming. Yes, okay. Big Italian nose does the job. And yeah, some guy at the shore, looking, walking, going, and then they land on the shore. I don't know what's going on, but this book is pretty, again, it's a pretty thick book, and it reads like, I think, Game of Thrones, because I don't know who he is, but he's the title character. He's probably a king, and I don't know who this guy is, but he doesn't. He looks like he's not a pretty honest guy, and he gets slapped in the face. And this is also beautiful. I noticed in this comic book, like, not entirely a 6-panel grid, but he works definitely in this 1, 2, 3 columns, as you can see on this page, and on the other page too. It's like always almost these 3 columns, and then he molds them the way he needs them. But sometimes you get this pretty dramatic beat, and I love it that there's no panel border. It's just a clack for the slap in the face. And as you can see, from page to page, the color tells the story. So more red tones here. Here we go more into the greens, and then we change the scene. And I don't know what's going on, but it's like he's sitting at a fire. I guess his woman approaches, or his queen, and they're plotting something, and pretty cool stuff. Like, the mood is really good. And again, I like better drawings, but the storytelling chops are really good. Like, we're not even understanding what's unfolding before our eyes, but we kind of get a glimpse, like, who the characters might be, what they're doing. Yeah, pretty cool. And also, like, look at this. Like, not only beautiful beats in the panels, but also like the color beats. Like, he's overlooking the island, then he's talking to someone, then he enters, and in the hut there's like it's red and blue, and things that are not in the light are blue. And here this display, Dave Stewart does it too, like this. He will put a panel here that's blue, and then here blue, and here is more red, 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 red in the middle, and then the rest is blue, and it works. It's kind of beautiful. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe I keep this one short, but as you can see, yeah. Again, not completely my taste. I like better drawings, but I wish I would have taken this in English or maybe in German. And who knows, maybe there's a great story in this volume. What I also like, let me show you. There's a witch. Like, beautiful storytelling. There's a great scene I have to show you, but it's a bit gory. So I don't know what's up here. He's probably the king of some island, and then somewhere in the night, somebody betrays him. That's the guy from the Goonies, and probably the enemy comes and wants to claim this land at night, and this is the tongue they're talking in. We can't understand them because they're talking something different, and so I think this guy doesn't survive. And yeah, very melodramatic stuff. So they are landing there, and great panel. He's ready for the betrayal, and here it's only greens and reds and this yellow tones. And yeah, this is something strange. And this is where I think they have his son. And as you can see, he says, "Mamo," and this guy just slashes the guy's throat, and this guy looks stone cold, grabs the kid's heads and throws it towards the mother. And yeah, our hero somehow escaped. I don't know, he was stabbed on the way there, or somebody tried to kill him with a serpent, and so he holds the head of his child. And yeah, that's definitely going to be there's definitely going to be a rematch and a revenge and some plotting, and we're just like into the first probably 10 minutes or episode 1 of this epic. And yeah, a bit of a strange style, very economic, very stylized, not everybody's favorite, but yeah, as you can see, it goes on, and I think a beautiful story unfolds here. And yeah, I just wanted to share it with you because I will probably sell this off and reinvest it in something different. For anybody of you who speaks Polish and wants a beautiful comic by Soren Mosdal, hit me up, write me an email, or check my eBay, my Etsy down in the links below, and maybe you can get yourself this copy of a very beautiful comic book album, and you might enjoy it. And you can tell me if the story was great, or maybe you can do a review yourself. We see us in the next one. See ya.